Hello, welcome back to another PAP report. Today is Thursday the 9th of January 2010 and today I've got some updates on previous cases I've reported on along with some new reports. So let's start with the updates. Danut Buftea. Now I first reported this incident back on the 5th of October last year with updates on the 8th and 11th of October as well as on the 14th and 27th of November and the 17th of December as I was following the case outcome. Now obviously we already know the police staff who assaulted the lad was let off, and it was said that there was nothing to indicate that the police staff had behaved inappropriately. Danut Buftea was on a train travelling from London into Essex when he became mouthy to other commuters. It was said at the time that he had a weapon on him and that he had assaulted other commuters as well. But the investigation and the charges would suggest otherwise, as he was charged only with a public order offence. Danut was said to have been suffering from mental health issues, and due to this, his court case kept getting put off while he was assessed. Now today I spoke to the court again, where his hearing was being held, as he was due back in court on the 7th of January. And I was told that, yes, it's been adjourned yet again until the 5th of February. I'll keep you updated on that as I can. Now, our second update is for a report I made originally on the 25th of November last year about Max Coopey, a police couple's son who killed two people while driving stoned, with an update regarding how his parents were looked into for allegations about them allowing their son to smoke weed at their £1 million plus home in Ascot in just a day later on the 26th of November. Well, it would appear that killer Coopey, the cop's son, who spent just 1 week in prison after killing two innocent pedestrians in his parents' car, has had his court-imposed curfew lifted so he can find a job. Yes, his curfew has been lifted by a judge because it was interfering with his search for work. Now, I think we should all think very carefully about anybody that we know who are in jail and just let them know about this little gem. After all, how can someone serving life for murder get a job while they're locked up? Oh wait, I forgot it doesn't work like that unless you're a cop's relative. Silly me. But the best part is that the curfew was an overnight curfew, meaning that he would have to be home at a certain time in the evening before being allowed to leave the house again at a set time in the morning. Now, I'm pretty sure that most job interviews are going to be held during the day, and I'm also pretty sure there isn't a shortage of daytime jobs over graveyard shift jobs. Now, Coopey had put in an appeal over his sentence, but it was said that the appeal wouldn't be able to be heard for some time. And to prevent Coopey from serving his sentence in full before the appeal could take place, the judge decided to remove the restrictions, stating that if he remains subject to a qualifying curfew, there is significant risk that he will in fact have served his sentence against him. I'm prepared to lift the curfew in its entirety. Well, surely punishment should be served in its entirety. Coopey is still subject to two other conditions which forbade him from getting in the front seat of any motor vehicle and requires him to stay at his home address where he lives with his two parents who were both Metropolitan Police officers. Judge Burgess, overlooking the case, said he knows in reality what that means and what it's likely to happen if he is in breach. Good luck to you in finding employment, Mr. Coopey. What I don't understand is that he clearly killed two people, but yet he was never charged with causing their deaths, but admitted driving whilst under the influence of cannabis and charged with that. A very sad state of affairs and absolutely no justice for the families of the two innocent victims, father of Fee, Jason Immey, and his colleague John Hackley. The last of today's potential updates, and I say potential updates for a very good reason, potentially relates to a video I posted on the 28th of December last year where PC Stuart Ball entered a Sports Direct store and abused his position as a police constable to make threats to the staff over the purchase of a basketball. Avon and Somerset Police have this week published the outcome of a misconduct hearing. Now I say a misconduct hearing and use the word potential because the misconduct hearing chairperson ordered the individual's name be redacted from the hearing minutes and subsequent released information. However, the allegations about the unnamed person are surprisingly similar to those against PC Ball. The misconduct hearing found that the unnamed individual's bullying behaviour amounted to misconduct, and his subsequent dishonest reporting of crimes by the store manager represented gross misconduct. Now, if you check the video I posted on the 28th of December, all of the links to videos are going to be in the description, you'll hear that PC Ball, once he found out about the complaint made against him by Sports Direct staff, he then accused the store workers of theft and threatening violence that made poor old PC Ball fear for his personal safety, which were of course dishonest and malicious counter complaints. The misconduct panel said that the officer had lost his moral compass, but he could not accept he had done anything wrong. Nothing unusual there from the police. Now, we can pretty much determine that this is about PC Ball from the following. PCX, who had served with Avon and Somerset Police since 1993 and worked in the Mendip area, was shopping with his family in August 2018 when the incident unfolded. The panel heard that his son found a basketball in a Sports Direct, and when staff said it was lost property, that it was not for sale, he claimed finder's rights, or finders keepers. The shop assistant told the panel PCX tried to take her photo, showed her his warrant card and said, "You, me, down to the police station." She was left upset and intimidated. He then got into a heated exchange with the shop manager, who asked him to leave. The manager took the ball into Wells police station the following day and complained about the officer's behaviour, prompting the officer to accuse the manager of theft and threatening violence that made him fear for his personal safety. The misconduct hearing panel said that the accusations could have had serious ramifications for the manager and assistant if the store's CCTV had not been available. In a written submission to his misconduct investigation, PCX denied being dishonest or abusing his position. PCX said, "I know violence and I know violent people. The shop manager's body language was such that he wanted to assault me physically and was holding himself back. He was struggling with his own adrenaline." which is what the police do every day. The panel said that PCX's demonstrable behaviour in the shop was bullying, disrespectful and wholly disproportionate and inappropriate misuse of his position of authority as a police officer. They also said that we find it astonishing that PCX can still say that he does not believe he's done anything wrong. He truly lost his moral compass. The panel ruled that PCX should be dismissed without notice. So that's the updates out of the way. Now let's find out what's new in the world of police abusing powers. Cumbria Police Force has been criticised over bragging about a week-long crackdown on crime. The force has pledged to start 2020 by tackling what they believe to be the important issues of its community, such as antisocial behaviour, drink driving, violence and drug abuse, for one whole week. The criticism came from members of their community who quite rightly argued that fighting crime of any kind should be a year-round endeavour for its officers and not just a 7-day crackdown. One local resident said, "I presume they will need the other 51 weeks off from crime fighting to recover from the stress of doing their job." Superintendent for North Cumbria, Matt Kennelly, and Superintendent for West Cumbria, Carl Patrick, said they wanted to send a message to criminals: the area is no soft touch. Yeah, for what? 7 out of 365 days. Superintendent Kennelly said, "Whilst our officers are tackling such issues day in and day out, we will be taking a particularly high visibility approach to start the year in a concerted effort to proactively target the things that are most important in our communities." A 58-year-old Greater Manchester Police PCSO has been released on bail after being arrested on suspicion of engaging in inappropriate contact with a child via social media. The IOPC confirmed it has launched an independent investigation into the allegation. Part of his role, the PCSO may have come into contact with children attending a youth club and a junior emergency services scheme held at a primary school, said the Independent Office of Police Complaints. The PCSO was arrested on December the 30th and has been suspended from duty pending the outcome of the investigation. The IOPC have said that they've written letters to the parents confirming the arrest and their investigation. Parents of the children who may have come into contact with the PCSO had also been invited into a community meeting yesterday, the 8th of January, where IOPC investigators and Greater Manchester police officers would have explained their roles and provided an update on their investigation. Next, we have Yorkshire Police back in the limelight once again, after it's claimed that South Yorkshire Police failed to act over a young girl's assault claim. In 2011, the then 15-year-old made a complaint to South Yorkshire Police during an interview. However, no investigation was made into the claims that she'd been sexually exploited by a group of 9 men in Sheffield. It turns out that the only thing the police did do was submit an intelligence report about her claims that she was being raped, and no effective action was taken to stop it. The offences were said to have happened when the girl was drunk or on drugs supplied to her by the defendants. The defendants are Usman Din, 35, of Seaton Crescent, Sheffield. He denies 3 counts of rape and 1 count of trafficking. Tony Duone, 61, of Pit Lane, Sheffield, who denies 1 count of rape. Kamaran Mahmoodi, 39, of Wakeley Road, Sheffield, who also denies 1 count of rape. Shangar Ibrahimi, 30, of Cemetery Road, Barnsley, denies 1 count of rape. Farad Mirzay, 29, of Ironside Road, Sheffield, denies 2 counts of rape. Kawan Omar Ahmed, 29, of Margate Drive, Sheffield, denies 2 counts of rape. Saman Mohammed, 40, of Fox Street, Sheffield, denies 1 count of rape. Jassim Mohammed, 36, of Maxwell Way, Sheffield, denies 3 counts of rape. Nazar Anwar, 40, of Exeter Drive, Sheffield, denies 1 count of rape and 1 count of conspiracy to pervert the course of justice. A 10th man, Sabah Mohammed, of Farringdon Road, Sheffield, denies a single charge of conspiracy to pervert the course of justice. I don't care if I pronounce their names wrong, because they don't even deserve me to pronounce them properly. But there we go. All but 2 of the defendants are said to have been Kurdish. The current trial is the result of a police investigation that started in 2016, some 5 years after the young girl made her complaint. The trial is ongoing. 45-year-old former police forensics officer Glen Gotes was arrested on April 13th, 2019 after his own dashcam recorded him speeding at double the limit whilst 3 times over the drink drive limit, and subsequently hitting a motorcyclist after swerving into the wrong lane to avoid parked cars and failing to return to his own lane. The 55-year-old victim, Andrew Webb, suffered a broken leg, a serious gash to the left knee, and required 2 operations at North Devon District Hospital. Glen Gotes had spent the day drinking beer at his allotment before attempting to drive from his location to a supermarket. Gotes said he was shocked by his own actions and described them as madness and stupidity after being arrested after the crash on April 13th, 2019. He has been jailed for 1 year, not suspended, but he has been jailed for 1 year, and he's been banned for driving for 3 years after his release, after he admitted causing serious injury by dangerous driving and drink driving. And finally, a man has died in Reading police custody after being arrested on suspicion of assault. 38-year-old was arrested at about 2:15 AM. At 7:10 AM, he was found unresponsive. Police and ambulance staff tried to revive him, but the man was pronounced dead at the Royal Berkshire Hospital. Thames Valley Police have referred themselves to the IOPC, as is mandatory, on the grounds that the death occurred while in police custody. Now, any of these reports that were not an update, I will try and update you on as information becomes available in the future. Thank you very much for your time, and I'll see you again tomorrow. Good night, all. Thank you for taking the time to watch this video. If you like the content and you'd like to help support the channel, you can do so. In the description of every video, there are some links to ways that you're able to help support the channel so I can continue putting out content. If you're unable to help us in that way, hit that subscribe button up the top there. If you haven't already, become a subscriber. That is support enough. Share the videos, comment, like, it all helps. If you're looking for something else to watch, up top there is my latest video. Down the bottom there is a video that YouTube recommends for you.